Hello Aquarius, welcome to your monthly January reading. I want to take this time to wish you a very happy new year, and I hope that all your dreams and wishes come true in this year ahead. Now we have the overall energy for this reading. We have the 4-week breakdown, all the way the energies are likely to play out. We have additional information and we have a blessing for the month. So the overall energy for your reading, Aquarius, is boundaries. And the card says you are learning the gentle art of setting boundaries and saying no. Now I feel for some of you, you're learning the gentle part of it. And for others of you, you're actually learning to set boundaries and to say no. So apply that as it fits into your life. Now it's really important that we understand the difference between boundaries and walls. You know, the walls that we build around ourselves to keep people out are not boundaries. Boundaries don't keep people out. Boundaries let other people know what we expect, what we are happy to go with, what we need in order to feel valued, comfortable, secure. Boundaries give others a knowing. Boundaries show others, our boundaries show others who we are. When we set proper boundaries, we don't exclude anybody. What we do is we show what we consider to be acceptable actions, acceptable ways of being around us. Now that might sound like we're saying, well, if you don't act like this and if you're not like this, then I'm not looking at you. And the thing is that I guess in a sense we are. I guess in a sense when we set proper boundaries, what is not for us won't come to us. It'll be repelled. And you'll get people that say to you, oh, I have to be a certain way to be around you. That is a sure sign, my friends, that they are not for you. That you are not for them. If you have to change yourself to fit into somebody else's boundary, you are not meant to be there. If somebody else feels that they have to fundamentally change themselves in order to be with you, they are not meant to be there. And this is what we find so difficult with boundaries, is I think consciously we understand that if we set true boundaries, people will fall away from our life. And rather than embrace that, we kind of feel, well, I don't want to be alone, so I'm just going to put up with things. But this is where we stay in situations and in relationships that are no good for us. When we understand that, we see how how important the setting boundaries is. One of the greatest things we can do for ourselves, because setting boundaries is being honest. It's saying, this is what I need. Is that in alignment with you? Yes, great, let's make a go of this. No? Oh, well, thank you. I'm going to let you go so you can find somebody in alignment with you, and I can find somebody in alignment with me, rather than, well, let's give it a go anyway, and let's see which one of us is going to be the most self-sacrificing. Because when we don't set boundaries, there's somebody that's going to have to sacrifice themselves in order to be in the relationship if you're not aligned. And if you don't set boundaries, how does the other person know if they're aligned or not? How do you know if they're aligned or not? You have no parameters. And there's this sense, Aquarius, of really understanding that. Really saying, I have my boundaries. This is what I want a relationship to look like. This is what I want my life to look like. These are the beliefs I have. And I don't want to be challenged on every belief I have. It'll guide you to what stays and to what goes. And I think when we start to embrace boundaries, it's amazing what happens of its own accord. We no longer have to strive or push people away, try to pull them towards us. When we set true boundaries and we understand them, and we set them and we follow through on them, people that are not meant for us are not even drawn to us. And if for some reason they are, very quickly they're going to fall away, because you're going to let them go, because you can see, oh, there's something not right here. And that's not to say there's something wrong with you. That's not to say there's something wrong with them. It's just the two of you are not in alignment. And so when you're not in alignment with a situation, or when you're not in alignment with another person, or even, Aquarius, when you're not in alignment with yourself, there's this push, pull, tug-of-war kind of thing. And then there's this sense of, I've got to win. It's always me that loses. And that's where we get resentment in situations and relationships. And this is also setting boundaries with yourself, Aquarius. You know, being true to yourself, being honest with yourself. If you say you're going to do something, honor yourself. And it's really important in your reading because it's the overall energy. Now you've got the Seven of Swords and the Tower. And he's kind of looking back at these two swords, but he's kind of like looking back at the Tower. And there's a sense of, I'm going to take this Tower moment and I'm going to grab all the wisdom, the understanding, the clarity, the lessons from it. I'm not going to allow this Tower moment to have been for nothing. Now this Seven of Swords for me is always a card of being strategic, not following the crowd, moving forward on your ideas, taking the opportunities that present themselves. And I feel, Aquarius, with this Tower moment, which is probably linked to your boundaries, I feel you're going to see the lessons in it. Look at all this yellow in this card. It's clarity. You're going to see why this Tower moment happened. You're going to be grateful for it because there's so much that you've learned. You're taking more away from the situation than you're losing. And you can see that what you're leaving behind was no longer for you anyway. You are only taking what is yours moving forward, what is of use to you, what is of benefit to you, what is of help and inspiration to you. The rest you're leaving. So this Tower moment, even though you're looking at it like this going, oh my gosh, you are going to be so grateful for it. You're going to look back on it and go, I'm so glad that happened. It changed so much. This lightning gives clarity. It almost knocks the ego off, and then you get soul clarity, you get insight, you get knowing, you get wisdom. And you've got release, which in traditional tarot is the Death card. And you've got the Ten of Wands. Now it's really funny because this Ten of Wands is different to how it's normally depicted in the Waite tarot. Here the basket's on the floor and the wands have all fallen down, and I think that's significant. So we have release, and the card says endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that hold you back, spiritual transformation. And the Ten of Wands says working too hard or too many hours, the need for balance in life, let others help you, health problems due to stress. And I feel that the basket's on the floor, you're not carrying all the wands. There's a release of past burdens. There's an understanding, I'm not doing that to myself anymore. This is setting a boundary with yourself. This is setting a boundary with another. And this is saying no. Not angry, not upset, not furious, not shouting. Just saying no. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm letting it all go. I'm dropping it right here and now, and I'm going to continue on my way. There is nothing in here of any importance. I'm letting it go. I'm not going to let it weigh me down anymore. I'm not going to let it make me suffer anymore. I'm done. Thank you. I'm done. The lessons will be understood. The lessons will be learnt. The wisdom from those lessons will be extracted, and that's what I'm taking with me. I'm taking clarity. I'm taking the learning, the wisdom, the insight, the inspiration to move forward in a more inspired way, in a new way. And the Death card is release. It's transformation. It is out with the old, so the new can begin. And you see this, Aquarius, you see this as plain as you see day. And there's this promise I feel that you're making to yourself, because you've got the Death card and you've got the 10. This is the ending of a cycle. This is the ending of a journey. And release, you know, the Death card is the ultimate ending. It's the ultimate release of what was, moving forward with none of the baggages of the past. And this Ten of Wands really shows that. You just put it down and went, no thank you. I'm going to take the Ace of Wands, my dreams, my hopes, my passions, my soul calling, and I'm going to move forward with that. I'm not going to move forward with all this other stuff. These wands, they've got rocks attached to them. They're just burdens. They're not your dreams, hopes and wishes. They're just burdens, problems, drama, things and people that are not in alignment with you. And I feel this release card, this Death card, is really bringing you into alignment. It's kind of like you're really seeing what needs to come down. You're really seeing this Tower moment as a release, as, oh, this is what I need to dismantle. This is the dismantling. This is letting go of it all. And then you've got the porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind. This is you setting off on a complete new journey. This is you setting off knowing that you don't know it all now. This is new. I've let all the past go. I've taken the wisdom with me. I know what's right for me. I know my boundaries. I know how to say no gently and kindly, but firmly. I know that that's the way to take the sting out of life. That's the way I can navigate life without getting stuck in the prickles and with the wrong people or in the wrong places or in the wrong situations. And you're taking all that you know, Aquarius, and all that you do not yet know, and you're moving forward. There's a beautiful, beautiful understanding here. There's a release and a letting go, and there's clarity and understanding, and there's you know, concrete ways in which you can move forward. There's understanding in what you now need and how the correct people are going to come into your life, how you are going to be the correct person for others in your life. It's by these boundaries. And if you meet people who don't have boundaries, you will ask them, what are your boundaries? These are mine. And you'll know, oh, this is great. Or, oh, it's been nice knowing you, but I feel my journey is taking me elsewhere. And things will have an ease to them that you haven't had before or in a very long time. And your blessing for the month, Aquarius, is a blessing from your soul. You are a beautiful soul full of infinite wisdom. Stop judging and start loving yourself. You are blessed with endless potential and on the verge of transforming into the radiant being that is in your true essence. Shine your light and allow this blessing into your heart. I'm going to leave you with that blessing, Aquarius. Namaste, my friends. Love and light, Aquarius. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.